Hey folks, Andy here, thanks for joining me. Right, this video is a little bit of a departure for this channel in that it's about computers rather than guitars. My line of thinking is that an awful lot of us who play also record, and if we record, we're probably using a computer. Specifically, it is about a trap that I fell into doing a recent hardware upgrade, and it's about Windows licensing. So if you're not running Windows, if you're using Mac, Linux, anything like that, go get a cup of coffee, do some gardening, and have a lovely rest of your day. Right, if you are running Windows, this is what it's all about. I have been running my studio on an old self-built Intel i5 based computer. I decided it's time for an upgrade. I ordered a bunch of stuff from UK retailer Scan, got the stuff through following day, installed everything. Everything worked absolutely fine. I went to activate my copy of Windows 11 Pro and it would not activate. I went through the activation troubleshooter, wouldn't activate. I called, or I booked a callback from Microsoft support, and their support rep basically said that as of September 2023, you cannot activate a Windows 8 or earlier upgraded license on new hardware. We had a debate going backwards and forwards about this, but let me just give you the background so you understand what this means. There are a number of different sorts of Windows licenses. Yep, you get the different numbers like Windows 10, Windows 11, and you get the Home and the Pro versions, but you also get retail, OEM, and volume licensing. Volume licensing is mainly what businesses use. It's when they buy 50 or 100 licenses at a time. OEM is what happens if you buy a pre-build or if you buy a laptop, something like that, and it's where your Windows license is tied to the hardware of the machine. And if you move on your laptop, if you throw it away or sell it, the license goes with it. You can't use that license on anything else. A full retail license, which is what I have, is a license which is bought separately from the machine, and you are allowed to move that onto a different machine. You can't use it on multiple machines, but if you get rid of one machine and can get another machine, you can move your license over. Since before Windows 10, your license was attached to the hardware, but you could, with support's help, move it over. And as of Windows 10, it ties in with your Microsoft account. Unlike a lot of people, I use my Microsoft account. I've got no problems with that. So my license is lodged with my Microsoft account. What should happen is I upgrade my hardware and then I run the activation troubleshooter. It goes and finds my license on my account in the cloud, comes back, activates, and boom, I'm ready to go. That was failing. So the support rep has told me that as of September 2023, I cannot upgrade a license that I am upgrading from Windows 8. Now, I've got a big argument going on with Microsoft support at the moment, saying I'm not upgrading from Windows 8. I upgraded 8 to 10, 10 to 11 long before the September 2023 change in policy. So at this point, I am running a fully licensed Windows 11 machine. The support rep's response to this was to close the call, and when I checked online, they've marked it as being closed, resolved. I put in another call, they did the same thing again, basically just hung up on me, and basically, they didn't just hang up, they said, stuff you, you've got to go and buy a new license, then hung up on me, and then marked the call being resolved. So I've got a complaint process going on with Microsoft at the moment. However, you can run your machine with an unactivated copy of Windows. Everything will work except that you will get a watermark on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. You will get nag windows popping up. You won't be able to do any personalizations. And if you're a business and you care about this stuff, if you read your end user license agreement, your EULA, it says that you're authorized to use the software so long as you have a valid license and the software is activated. So if you're a business and you feel that you need to be all above board and squeaky clean, you need to activate. Go to the Microsoft Store, and the price for a Windows 11 Pro retail license is 220 UK pounds, which is pretty damn shocking for a piece of software that I already have and is unbudgeted. So I have spent my computering stuff budget on hardware for the time being. I do not have a spare £220 sitting around in the business to go out and buy a new license. So where else can I buy a license from? I pop onto Amazon and quickly run away screaming at the number of one-star reviews of hooky businesses selling license codes that have been already used that have been sold multiple times that just don't work. Don't want to go there. Absolutely not worth the pain. I put back onto the Scan UK website, and yep, they will sell a license. And this is a proper above board business. I have absolutely no fear of buying anything from Scan. And I can save about between £40 and £50 on that Windows 11 license on a deal that they have on at the moment. So that's all very well and good, but it's still like 180-ish quid that I wasn't budgeting. I actually had that license in my basket ready to check out. I thought I'll just do a quick check, did a Google on best place to buy Microsoft Windows licenses, and I found a little reference in one of the PC World or something like that magazines that said, oh, try Mr. Keyshop. I think Mr. Keyshop, I mean, seriously, guys. But I looked around and there seemed to be a lot of very good reviews for Mr. Keyshop. So I went to the website, looks legit, but hey, what doesn't? I figured I'm going to be making a purchase using a credit card, so I have credit card protection. I would not have done this without a credit card being in there. And I look up the price of a Windows 11 Pro license and it's £52. So £220 Microsoft, £52 from Mr. Keyshop. Sounds too good to be true, does a bit, but that credit card protection is a pretty good buffer. There is a little sort of help chat thing on the website. I go into that and say, can you confirm that this is a proper retail version? I do not want OEM. They came back and said, order this version of it. That is your full retail version. So I pulled the trigger. I got my license key. It came through like a minute after I made the purchase. I copied the license key, put it into the activation page on Windows, and it came back, wouldn't activate. It said, can't activate, that key's already been used. The heart hits the back of the throat. Back onto the Mr. Key website, onto support, say, guys, this has happened. Support rep gets straight back to me and says, can you send us a screenshot showing the activation problem? Send the screenshot, and they get straight back to me and said, okay, we've seen this before. This is a problem with Microsoft's activation servers. Of course it is, guys. Say, go to the activation page and click the activate by phone option. It'll give you a machine identifier. Send us a copy of that and we'll do the activation for you. Okay, at this point, my suspicion gland is kind of pumping. And I'm thinking, no, guys, I'm not going to send you that screenshot. But good tip, I'll try the activate by phone method. And a few minutes later, boom, everything's worked and I have an activated copy of Windows. Last thing to check is that it actually is the retail version. There's a thing on Windows called the Service License Manager, and you can get into this via the command line, PowerShell, or terminal. And if you type in slmgr /DLI, I'll put that on the screen here, slmgr /DLI, it will pop up a little window and tell you what version of Windows, what type of Windows you're running, and yet mine has confirmed that it's the full retail copy. So the takeaways from this, if you are upgrading, double check that your license is eligible to be upgraded. If it's not, or if you've got any doubt, make sure that you budget for a new copy of Windows. And if you do need to buy a new copy of Windows, for goodness sake, do not ever go and buy it from Microsoft. They will absolutely shiv you on the price of this stuff. Go and give Mr. Keyshop a go if you feel like doing that. My experience with them has been really good. They responded quickly to my queries and concerns. They got me sorted out, and the price was absolutely astonishing and saved me, what's it, like £170 over going and giving it to greedy bastard called Microsoft. Okay, I know it's a bit of a departure. Hopefully this will be useful to someone. It might save someone some money, or at least give you an opportunity to get robbed with your eyes open. Next time out, let's get back to the guitar stuff. Until then, look after yourselves. I'm Andy, and this has been an experience. See you next time. Bye now.